What's up, guys? Ming the Merciless 93 here, and we are back with part 4 of our Global Poker Cash Game videos. Had pretty decent discussion in our last few videos, talking about a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little potpourri of theory and balance and psychology and all that kind of good stuff. Here we're going to see Pocket Kings from the Short Stack Bro, getting it against Pocket Tens from Soda Pop. Not going to do it this time, Soda Pop. Looks like Casual Guy is going to live to fight another day with his Pocket Kings. And yeah, let's just get back into the action here, guys. We're going to get dealt aces as quickly as possible. Let's hope we can just stick the hell out of somebody. Let's get a taste. Maybe we can take Hollow Man and just send him right home. Ooh, could we get a 3-bet? Can we put a 4-bet in? Come on, let me get a cold 4-bet. Let me cold 4-bet you. Man, I just want a cold 4-bet so bad. You just don't get those opportunities that much in smaller stakes games. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and pot size 3-bet this guy. Looks like we're going to get called. Probably doesn't have queens or tens. Probably has a good amount of queen X combos, though. Remember when I told you guys that there's a lot of queen X combos that your opponents can have. So we're going to be going for 3 streets here on good runouts. Hopefully he just has king queen, 6 combos of ace queen, 12 combos of king queen. That's 18 queens, plus he has queen jack. Maybe he has offsuit and not just suited. It's going to be like 20 some of those, and we're not blocking, you know, king jack, and he might have a full complement of king jack combos. Just a ton of combos there that we're beating. We're just not going to be losing to too much. We might have pocket 10s and pocket 3s and queen 10. If he has queen 10, hopefully it's just a suited variety, so like 2, 5, 8 combos that beat us versus like fucking a gazillion that we're ahead of. We're just going to go ahead and check here on king 3, 3, or king 3 rather. And that is a turn card where, again, I don't mind going for just a... Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't mind betting. I don't mind checking. I'm going to go ahead and bet this time because we're 3-way. We're still losing to pocket 5s up, but we're also beating ace high, some random spades, 5-6, and ace deuce, and ace 5. And on this card, we're just going to check. That was more of like an equity protection, sort of, let's get the showdown bet. And unfortunately, Buddy calls us and then shovels the river, and... I'm not sure. He probably shoves a king on the turn. He probably doesn't shove a 4 on the river. So he probably just has... like ace deuce, ace 5, 5-6, 6-7. You might even have 2-5. I'm gonna have to call Buddy here, guys, but we're definitely gonna... Oh, no! God damn it, no! I was gonna bluff catch him for $2. I should go back up to playing slightly higher stakes, so I'm not trying to like bluff catch Buddy a value meal. We're going to fold the 10-7. We could play it, but these guys are short. It's not all that great. I can't believe I was about to bluff catch a value meal. Damn it. So weird. Yeah, we're going to fold the king 7 offsuit. And we have the 6-9 offsuit on the button. We're going to fold that combo. Grind, 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 grind. Yeah, generally these games seem relatively soft, pretty casual. I would suggest that you guys check it out and see if this is a site for you. They also have sit and goes. They also have tournaments. It's pretty cool. Ace Jack of the spaded variety. We are probably going to isolate here. I mean, it's strong enough to raise. Like, if we have any folds from him, cool. If we hit top pair, we want to probably get him to stack off. If he limp shoves, we'll just fold. Just to assume that he just has ace-king pairs and maybe ace-queen. And, yeah, it's good that he has a limp folding range there. Not unhappy with it. I think with Buddy in the big blind, probably not raising queen-jack. Like, I don't want to call a shove with queen-jack against the Buddy. I'm just not happy with it. He's going to have a bunch of ace-x trash. We get a limp from, actually a big blind plus dead small. I kind of want to go for it. But this guy's short, so like if we make it $3 here to like isolate this guy, and then this guy, you know, he could shovel over the top or whatever. If I had the button, I'd definitely isolate. Not even close. If I had a bigger kicker, I'd definitely isolate. I think we're just going to limp in and play our suited king. If we had a different scenario, I definitely would have isolated. bigger kicker or in position. One of those two things, and I think we can find a case for it. Pretty clear check for us. On the rainbow board, this guy bets 50 cents. Could be anything. Could be a bluff. Could be ace high. Could be an 8. Could be a better king. He checked as well, so he couldn't have too strong of a hand. I think we're just going to check, and he's going to check back a lot, especially on the queen. He ends up betting again. He had top pair, right, last time. He probably has an 8 a lot and just doesn't know what he's up to. But he could also be beating us, and that's not a great river card because of 10-jack, but he makes it really easy on us, and we don't have enough here to really be raising or anything. And he just has ace-jack with the casual triple. I'm not sure. I don't know. Nice hand, Hollow Man. Nice hand. Not much we can do with our 10-6. Just getting out of dodge with that one. This is funny. We've got ace-10 offsuit in the small blind. Somebody's raising something. Something wicked this way raises. Let's go, Ron. Come on. I know you got it, buddy. Habanero Almond. He's trying his luck on this table now. And with him raising into Buddy, we're probably just folding this in the small blind. I'd rather fold it than 3-bet bluff with it. We would have definitely raised it, and we probably would have raised Buddy and gotten it in. But yeah, when Habanero is raising, I don't really want to 3-bet it, and we're definitely not flat calling. We have King 9 of the offsuit variety, and we're just going to fold. When Buddy's limping his 12 big blind stack or whatever, we're just not going to dick with it. Looks like his buddy's buddy, Oscar Baby, is sitting down with that same whack job looking avatar. I think the avatars are pretty funny, the cartoons here, and you can buy different ones, because the way you get money on the site is that you buy the stuff called gold coins, and then they give you a bonus quote-unquote sweeps cash, and that is what you use to play poker with for real, you cash it out, whatever, in their sweepstakes poker games. And the gold coins you can use to buy avatars, and there's a bunch of different ones. There's even one that's like a big 10 million crazy avatar, and that's like, I don't know, it looks like Elvis, and it's called the King or something. I don't have that, though. I just have this like slick sunglasses, Men in Black looking dude. Warlock, 1981. I wonder if that's the movie. That was a solid movie. I don't know if it was out in 1981, though. Good old Julian Sands. Let's see what else we got here. Looks like Queen 10 of the offsuit variety. Buddy's still short in the big blind. Oscar Baby's chilling. We're done. We're just going to put this in the check folding range pre-flop. Folds around to Ron. Not sure what sort of a thing we've got going on here with Hollow Man. Hollow Man and Ron. Can Ron play multiple hands at once? I'm not sure. Ace on the turn. Somebody's going to have an ace here. A decent amount. Let's see if Hollow Man can get a bluff through. Dude, just bet. Ron's not checking an ace to you. Bet. Hollow Man, I'll bet if you bet the turn and you shove the river, you get him to fold his whole range. I don't think his range has ace X or better in this spot. See? Emerge had an ace, though. And they checked it down. They should have bet somewhere. They should have value bet the river or something. Something. Do something with your ace, damn it. You got top pair. You got to travel with some of those chips, We have a limp from Hollow Man, and we are just going to check this blind. Not going to raise it up. Check. Can't interact on this board, really. 8 of hearts doesn't really do anything. He overplays ace-x. He has all of his pairs. Basically just doing well against nothing. We beat 9-10. Wait, no, we don't. That was a joke. Wait, no, that wasn't a joke. That was just me being dumb. All right, we're going to flat call with pocket threes here. And we're going to check fold on this board texture. Yeah, no, we don't beat anything in that spot, honestly. We don't beat his queen high, king high, jack high. We don't beat most of his 10 highs. Pretty bad. I think we can go ahead and flatten the small blind when we normally wouldn't, just because of Hollow Man being here. If I 3-bet this and Hollow Man comes over the top, it's pretty rough. And now I have a pretty solid check call with a queen jack blocker. They still have aces, kings, and 10s, and queen jack times 12, and they have all the strong combos. When they're betting half pot on this board texture, I would kind of assume that they don't have the top end of their range, because that is a spot where half pot is kind of a lazy c-bet amount, and you know, my calling range that does call is going to have a pretty strong, yeah, you're going to be able to call quite a bit. And I think if they're checking back, they just have a little weak ace-x. We're going to go ahead and bet here, given that all the clubs missed, and they likely don't have clubs. They could even have bet like a king-x combo on the flop and call the river. We're going to be beat by like pocket fives, ace-5. But I think we mostly can, we might even get a call from pocket queens on this river, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think that since they're not very likely to bet the river with hands that don't strictly beat us, we just have to bet fold. And here, we've got Almond raising it up, Buddy calling. I'm going to call just because we have full stacks with Almond, but like we know that Buddy is going to be in there for the few bucks, you know, like Buddy's in there, man. We're going to have to see a turn card here with Buddy, even though this is a board that sucks. I hope that they all just check. There you go. Buddy, don't go all in, Buddy, all right? We just need a tinker. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you, Buddy. Thank you. Thanks for being a buddy, Buddy. Alright. Pretty easy for Habanero to check a combo here that's, I was going to say that, you know, it would be a good spot for him to check a value combo, given that Buddy is probably going to go all in quite a bit, and then he kind of gets to, you know, build a smaller, you know, build a pot up. Because if Buddy shoves and I call, then he gets to check raise if he wants to. Or check call. Even if he's got something like aces, he could check call there, and then lead the turn against me and not let me pot control in the side pot, whatever. I mean, there's a lot of different things he could do there because of the stack sizes. Yeah, just kind of call pre-flop because king, jack of diamonds on the button is good, and Buddy, yeah, we're probably playing okay against Buddy. Obviously, he's got pocket sixes here, so it's a coin flip, and not much interaction going on the flop, so we just kind of bounce the hell out of dodge. Queen 5 offsuit of the folding variety. Your regular old garden folding combo. $3 pot. Hollow Man has increased his bet sizing on the river to a full dollar. What do they say? Nice hand, sir. 10-4 down the drain. Hollow Man on that limp strategy. $15 in the pot over here between Warlock and Ron on the turn. And it goes bet call. That's a kind of a meh river for a guy with a jack here. Most of your opponent's range is going to fold now if it doesn't have a jack. He's got pocket queens with a spade. I'm kind of surprised he didn't shove. It's like a pot-sized bet, brah. Probably get your shovel on. Get that value. And we're going to go ahead and fold. We have ace-4 offsuit in the small blind versus Buddy's limp. We're just going to go ahead and limp it in as well. Toss a quarter in there, getting 5-1. And Oscar decides to shut that down real quick. He's all in. And we know that Buddy has a limp fold range. That's really weird. And he's all in with a fold. We've got ace-8 offsuit in early position and ace-5 offsuit in the cutoff. Neither of these combos will be played. And we'll see what unfolds with Buddy limping again. Buddy's got to get tilted at some point, right? Before the end of this video, he's probably just going to shovel it with like ace-3 suited or something. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst play. He's just dwindling. Buddy has to take like a tournament approach to playing right now. Got to take that tournament approach. And Queen 6 also down the drain. Ace 7 of spades. This is a hand that beats aces. And we get Hollow Man limping again. We are going to isolate here if Soda Pop doesn't get to it. A little bit harder for Soda Pop to isolate with another short stack behind. And that chick is going to also limp. I'm just going to check here with both of the limpers being short. It makes it a bit more of an opportunity cost for us. With a backdoor spade combo and a mediocre kicker, we're just going to go ahead and check. And we'll just call. We'll see what goes on the turn. I'm all in against these two guys, obviously. We just kind of have to hope they don't hit us straight. That's not a great river card. He can actually beat us here quite a bit. Pot size bet, shove, take it down with our jacks, can't complain. We've got the 10-5 offsuit, that's a fold. We have a min raise from Warlock under the gun. We are going to flat call in the big blind with our 5-7 of clubs. And 3-10 suited on the button is going to be a fold just because we know that Hollow Man is a bit on the fishier side. You gotta draw the line somewhere. We've drawn the line at 10-4 Good Buddy just because it has a cooler name than 10-3 what? 10-3 Good Buddy? No, that doesn't work. He's all in. We have a 7. He's betting into 4 people, so I think we can just fold our 7 here. Even though we're folding the best hand sometimes versus Oscar, there's 3 other people to act. That's going to decrease the value of our hand, and if he does have a queen, then we're not in great shape. Oh man, we just roasted everyone on that turn. Queen Jack down the drain, 9-7 down the drain, King 7 down the drain. Good golly, we would have just, man. Nah, it's all right, guys. It's really important to not be results oriented. So when you play a hand and you're just like, well, I guess I'm gonna make this fold pre-flop, and then it like your hand gets there and you're like, oh, I can't believe it. I mean, yeah, just stop. Like either it was a good spot to call pre-flop and take a flop, or it wasn't. And if it wasn't, then you can't cry about it the few times that it actually shows up. Because that's nonsense. You know, you can't just pick and choose things like that. You can't just pick and choose that stuff. We have the Queen 5 offsuit. And we're just going to fold with Buddy in here. Buddy is certainly changing the dynamics of the table in that he's restricting the combos that we can play, and he's making it such that the table is actually playing tighter because of his presence. Well, at least in my case. We have a raise and a call, and yeah, probably not with Eddie having $6. We're probably just going to have to play a bit on the tighter side, pass on the spot. Wow, Jack 5. Buddy limp Jack 5. He's just limping every hand. Oscar's all in. We're actually going to... Does Buddy get a fold? Does he fold here? Queen 8, King 9. Buddy's still looking strong, man. Buddy's he's fresh. He's ready. Goodbye, Oscar. We have pocket 7s, guys. Can we take Buddy out to the ball game? Can we win a flip against Buddy? Buddy 3-3. We go ahead and limp this suited combo. All right, that's a bad board. That's a bad board. We're just gonna have to check. Oh god, that's a worse turn. This is terrible. This is all so bad now. Ugh, gosh. Good golly gee, that's gross. Ace Jack of diamonds. Now Buddy's really in trouble. Ron's going to raise it up. We're just going to flat call rather than 3-bet. Ron's got a short stack. Sucks if he shoves on us. We don't get to realize our equity. And yeah, there's not a lot of flexibility here. Everybody's in, so we're definitely just going to call. We could decide to squeeze when everybody's in for sure and just get it in against Buddy, and that wouldn't be bad, but I'd probably start with Ace-Queen. Ace-Jack suited would pretty much be the bottom of our range, pretty close too. You're not going to see a lot of 3-bets off of the button or out of the blinds, or basically not on button or blinds. Cutoff 3-bets probably pretty low frequency in these games, so I would give it a lot of credit. That person also has not 3-bet that much. We've maybe seen Emerge 3-bet like 2 times or something. So chances are they have a relatively low 3-bet percentage, heavily weighted towards value. Much like most people's bluffing frequencies on rivers. So 4-3 certainly was mucking up the place. We got nothing good going on here. He's overbetting the turn? Good God. What the hell? Boy, oh boy, the value. It's an interesting spot, but not really. Like, he just has a bunch of Jack X combos. Did he really overbet with a gutter ball? Wait a minute. What did the other guy have? He had Ace Jack. Okay. Alright. Strange things afoot at the Circle K, ladies and gentlemen. Strange things afoot at the Circle K. Yeah, I would assume when he overbets that he generally ends up being relatively strong. I would also not assume that a player with the stack size that he has would be employing an overbet strategy with a bluff. So I didn't really expect him to show up with something like 8-9 in that spot. But that's why like casual bros are so unpredictable. So we've been playing for another 61 minutes and we've won 20 bucks. Nice. We have another limp from Hollow Man as he slightly but slowly chips up. And a folding combo from both of these spots. Queen 9 offsuit, Queen 4. See if Hollow Man is going to take a flop, and he does. We would have checked this flop and called a bet. Even though it's not the most exciting flop in the world, it will be necessary to call a bet. And we will probably have check called again on the turn, given that they could have Ace Jack and Jack 9 and Jack 8, King Jack. A lot of straight draws on a Queen 10 board. Tons of Jack X draws. You could still have a hand that he's double barreling like Ace X, Ace 4, Ace 5, Ace Jack, obviously. Ace King. Well, that's not very likely. We're going to fold the 10 Jack offsuit and the 6-4 offsuit. Raise from Eddie. Call from Ron with only $6 left for Eddie. And then Hollow Man says... Oh, damn, we got Techno Buddha rolling up in here looking like Kingpin. Not a great board texture here. We would have just called a bet. Let's see what these guys are going to show up with. We've got Ace Jack against Ace 7. Yeah, sure. We would have roasted them. We'd be running so hot right now if we were fishy. Making 2 pairs. All right. We've played for another hour over here as well. And we're just going to go and continue to check against Buddy. And now another dude with the same avatar. We have a bad gutter that loses to Ace King. I don't know if he's limping Ace King. It looks like he's limping his entire range. Maybe he'd raise Ace King. I can't remember a hand that Buddy raised. Maybe he like min-raised one. When he pots it on his short stack, we're certainly not going to do anything with a gutter ball, with a diamond, even so. Essentially, you wouldn't raise here because it would commit too much, so you'd basically have to shove, and that wouldn't be worth it. You'd have to flat the flop and then bluff the river when he checks back. So if he double barrels, you don't have any check raise equity, and if he gets there, you're still going to lose to Ace King. And if he checks back, that's when you have the flexibility where you can decide to rep combos that the diamond blocks, or you can get there with your straight and try to value bet. You can have a balanced sizing. You can have an exploitative sizing, big, medium, small. We're going to limp it in here with our Ace 3, though, in the small blind. And let's see what Ron says about this. He's cool with it. And we don't interact here, so we just check and fold. Versus the bet or the lead. His bluffs here can be Queen Jack, Queen 10, 10 Jack, and any clubs and any backdoor hearts. So it could just be Ace Jack of hearts. I mean, it could be anything really. He has a pretty wide range for leading here, potentially. The more you play with the guy, the more you'll find out. And Buddy is just not folding. This guy just has a 6-9, and he's just getting it in there. Yep. Just has it, dude. Just has it. Every time. Jack 3 is a fold. Buddy's on that limp. Again, we're probably going to limp behind, but, like, I don't really want to. We just haven't played a hand in a while. This is that table boredom. Oh, okay. All right, well, we can gamble with Buddy. Oh, man. Are we going to have any fold equity here? Like, what am I folding off of that's better? Like, Buddy might not fold a pair that beats us, so I'm going to check. Because Habanero can still have ace-x, and Buddy could still just have a pair that beats us. We're just going to take our equity here. A 7 or a spade or a 5 is all good for us. Now we're hoping to get a call from a 10 or an ace. Although they don't have that many aces because they would have bet on a previous street. Basically, we just hope that they have a 10 or Buddy's got some pocket kings type shit. We can always count on Buddy. He's a good buddy. Yeah, but in spots like that where you kind of have some showdown value, and if you bet on a certain street and you don't have a lot of fold equity, then it becomes poor for us to be betting with hands that have some showdown value if they're checking, but if they're betting when they're called, then their opponent is going to have more showdown value, which is automatically forcing us to bet multiple streets and barrel with those combos, and sometimes we don't want to be bluffing with those combos when we get to the river. So having 2 spades in my hand, if I bet the turn and I get called by either of them, I don't really want to be bluffing the river in that spot. I'm not saying that there's not guys that you will do that against, but you generally don't want to be bluffing that river in that exact scenario. You want to be blocking that folding range. Alright guys, sorry about that. Not too much going on in this exact moment, just had a folding combo. We've got the 4-10 of diamonds in the big blind. That is a raise from Ron. We will fold this combo. If you guys have any questions about the videos or anything, please do. Oh man, we would have roasted him. But yeah, with Buddy in there and everything, just mostly going to be folding this. If it had more playability, like it was 10-7 suited, we would defend. But once you get down to non-straight combos, even suited varieties, and your opponent is not a reg that you're trying to not be exploited against. A lot of you guys, you look at this and you're like, oh well, you know, if I don't call here, I can be exploitable. I'm not defending enough in the big blind. Yeah, that might be true against regs who are beast moding you, but this guy is a half stacker casual bro, and his strategy is not exploiting you. You know, so you don't really want to call with something as light as 10-4 of the diamond variety because it doesn't really have a lot of post-flop playability. Some, but not making straights. Mediocre top pair. Meh. King 7's probably going to be good enough to limp here against good Buddy. I'll tell you what, if anything, this site will brush up your game against casual players. Because if you go into a game full of casual players and you play like every single person that at the table is a reg, chances are you have more opportunities to make a lot more money by just exploiting the casual players that are in your game. I think they don't really have a 10 here that often. They don't really have an ace, but nonetheless a 7 is just going to be a check. Not really a good way for us to get many value bets in. I think this is a board where even though I have 4 high and we kind of want this to be one of our bluffs, just on this board texture specifically, we're going to get called way too much, and we're having a spade in our hand, which is of little concern specifically because it's the 4 of spades, but in general, on a board like this where there's a wide spread of cards, then your opponent's going to have more one-pair hands, and you're going to have to double barrel them more often because there's going to be a higher frequency at which they have one pair with which to bluff catch you. But yeah, guys, this is going to be the end of this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this 4-part series playing global poker cash games. You can check me out on twitch.tv/MingTheMerciless93. If you're interested in any other sort of poker content, tournaments, cash games, all that kind of stuff, you'll find me streaming there, jive talking, having a grand old time. Make sure you guys check out Global Poker if it looks like something that might be interesting to you. You saw a little bit about how it goes around on this site today. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side for our next video series, whenever the hell that is. All right, have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you soon.